But first of all, I wanted to start with this image here. What's missing in this photograph today? Red? What else? Breakouts. Does everybody see that? There's no smoke occurring from the lava flow or the margins of the lava flow. And this photograph was taken on Monday, November 17th. And so that indicates that there is a dramatic change that has occurred along the lava tube. So we'll do a little quiz here. Let's see if we can get this going. So what are the three controlling factors of Pahoa flow activity? We've talked about, you've had several speakers here over the past 2 months. What's the most important one? Summit. What's happening at the vent? Okay, what's happening at the vent's the most important. How much lava is coming out of the ground and flowing into the tube? What's the second one? Terrain, okay, that's important. Microtopography or slope. That's the least important. What's the other one, the third one? Viscous of the lava tube. How about what happens in the lava tube or along the lava tube growth and lava tube development. So there they are. Those are the three things that are the most important controlling factors for how far and how quickly Pahoa lava is going to move across the ground. And in the past week, let me back up. Lava discharge from the vent has increased a little bit. The lava tube system broke down up near Pahoa, and that interrupted the supply of lava all the way down 13 and a half miles to the flow tip. And we'll talk about that, show you some images. And then of course the third thing is the general slope and microtopography along the path of the lava flow. Okay, so in summary, I have several points I want to emphasize today. Is that, lo and behold, there are no lava breakouts occurring below the crack system, and they essentially stopped this past weekend. The second point is that that is the result of a very large breakout that occurred just at the bottom of Pahoa, about a mile away from Pahoa. And that essentially robbed lava from the tube all the way down to the tip, some 13 and a half miles. But then lava reoccupied the tube at the same point. And that led to a series of mini breakouts occurring all the way down to the top of the crack system, about 4 miles upslope, and that's where lava is right now. So the big question is, will lava reoccupy the lava tube below the crack system? And we are not able to answer that question with any degree of certainty, but we'll talk a little bit about that. And then the fourth point is that lava discharge from Pahoa appears to have increased over the past couple of weeks, since the past 3 weeks, since the end of October. It's still not at the high peak flow or discharge as was occurring during the first 2 months of the June 27th lava flow. Okay, so what I want to do before showing you pictures and describing the activity that has occurred in the past few days is remind ourselves what was occurring when I was here last week. So last week, this is an image on the 12th and an aerial view of Pahoa and the stalled flow front and all the way back up to where you can see smoke occurring from the breakouts. And then a thermal infrared image here, the same view. One can see the stalled flow front here, and the very bright spots indicate where breakouts are occurring and feeding small lava flows. And so you note that there were some lava flows below Pahoa Street and Cemetery Road, and there were breakouts occurring above Pahoa Street. And this was the main flow that was looking like it was going to be heading down slope. Can you remember I showed some images here of showing where the alignment of the lava tube was at the time last week, and also where there were breakouts occurring from that lava tube. And the main breakout that was occurring a week ago was upslope and breaking out toward the west of the transfer station. And that was the main part of the flow. That was the dominant flow at the time. And I also said that, well, if those flows keep moving downslope along the steepest descent paths, that this one would likely keep moving along the margin of the flow on the north side. And this other dominant one was uncertain. It might take a right-hand turn, might take a left-hand turn, because the topography in there was not very clear. It's very gentle, and depending on where it actually advanced, it was either going to go both directions or one. Okay, but none of that happened, of course. And so what happened is on the evening of Friday night or early Saturday morning, a breakout occurred right at the base of Pu'uo'o and formed a little lava flow right there, and also a lava flow on the other side. And so the breakout occurred right at the base of this little cone, right in here. And that basically, we think, completely robbed the entire flow of lava in the tube and poured it out onto the ground. And then after a matter of hours, or maybe several hours, we're not sure when, lava kind of backed up from this breakout and then started flowing back through the lava tube. The lava tube was still open, and that led to a series of breakouts downslope as the lava reoccupied the tube progressively. So I'm going to show you a picture of what this lava flow looked like the next day. It's taken by Hawaii County Civil Defense. This is the breakout area at the base of this little cone. Here's Pu'uo'o. And the dominant path of the flow went like that. And you can see the red glowing here. We haven't been able to see this location since Daryl took this photograph on the 18th, on Tuesday, because of the weather. So it's not clear to us whether that particular flow is still active. So here's a map view of the Pu'uo'o area, the June 27th lava flow up to about the crack system and Kauai homesteads here. And I wanted to show you the yellow, if you can see the yellow, is the path of the lava tube down through here. And this is where the lava tube sprung a leak, right there at this cone, this kipuka, and formed a lava flow that went off that side of it and also this side. And then when lava reoccupied the lava tube, there were a series of breakouts at these approximate locations. Here's a thermal infrared camera image of the crest of the lava flow right on top of the lava tube on November 17th. That would be Monday. We're looking upslope, and the crack system is located off the screen down below us. And that big lava flow that broke out is up in here. So you can see there's a whole series of these, about 12 different breakouts occurring from the crest of the tube. This is the most active one until this one popped out. So the crew that flew up the lava flow up to Pu'uo'o worked for a few hours, came back down, and this was a brand new outbreak or breakout from the tube. So clearly lava was still moving through the tube system progressively downslope. Okay, so that was on Monday. Then on Tuesday, the 18th in the morning, Daryl spotted another lava flow breakout occurring right in the middle of the crack system. So it was clear Tuesday morning, lava was still moving through slowly, moving through the tube system, and then reaching some weak point and breaking out onto the surface. And then later that afternoon, Daryl saw another breakout. And this breakout was occurring right north of the geothermal well pad site. And then, since Tuesday afternoon, lava has been spreading out from that breakout point and has moved down slope along the crest of the old lava flow and in between the forest, and it's moved about 500 meters or so in the last day on the surface. So it appears that maybe lava will not reoccupy the lava tube below that point, but it's still a little too early to say that with a high degree of confidence. So let's take a couple of pictures of those areas. This is the first breakout in the middle of the crack system that runs right through here. So the lava tube is running right below the surface through here. It's a relatively small pad of lava that oozed out onto the ground. Later that afternoon, there was another breakout occurring right from the crest of the lava tube here at a pressure ridge. This is the geothermal well site. We're looking to the west, uprift, and this is the helicopter for scale. And so there's the axis of the tube that is feeding the lava flows that came out on both sides. And these lava flows have apparently merged on the downslope side of the tube crest here, and they have flowed an additional 500 meters in the past day off the screen, so it's filled in this entire area here and is burning trees along the margin and on the top of the flow. You can see how junk the weather is up here, so we weren't able to fly up slope, or Daryl wasn't able to fly up slope on that day. So this is, so we were really interested to know what that flow was doing downslope of the geothermal well pad. So we had 2 geologists go out today and walk over that area to see if they could find any evidence that lava was continuing to move down through the tube system, right there at the crack system, and if, depending on conditions, maybe a little further down slope where the lava had come out of the crack and flowed to the north. So what we're looking at here is the distal edge of the lava flow. It's this little shiny, little lighter gray color. You can see a little bit of glow here on the margin. And it's filling this narrow path of the previous lava flow. It's about 50 meters wide. And it is filling the whole area from the forest edge here on the north side and the forest edge on the south side. And so if this lava flow keeps advancing forward, what's going to happen to this little thin sheet of lava right here? It's going to inflate. And so it's going to form a new conduit system, a new lava tube, for subsequent flows breaking out of that upslope breakout, if that keeps flowing downslope. Okay, just another view. I'm sure some of you, many of you probably saw a great deal of smoke, a smoky plume off in that general direction. That's what it looked like from the ground right on the margin of the flow front. And if this flow remains active and spreads out, you can expect to see additional smoke plumes like this, perhaps some quite vigorous in the coming days. So here's an overall map of the eastern part of the island, showing you the entire lava flow from Pu'uo'o, going off to the east, northeast. And this arrow is showing you where the tip of the lava flow was as of about 2 o'clock this afternoon. So you notice that it's almost at the place where the lava welled out of the crack system and then moved directly to the north. So we'll be tracking where this lava goes, whether that particular breakout remains active and becomes the dominant feeding part of the lava flow, or whether the lava somehow has subsequently made its way down through the tube system through some part of this area here. It should be quite obvious if lava is in that tube in the sense that there'll be additional breakouts, almost certainly. So that'll be noticed during the daily overflights that CD makes and the flights that we make as well. I also mentioned we were able to make some measurements of the lava discharge on Monday. Actually, what we were able to measure was the cross-sectional area of the moving lava stream in the lava tube. And what we found is that the cross-sectional area of that moving fluid, lava, through the tube increased about 15% from the previous week's measurements. And the previous week's measurements had increased about 20% from the week before that. So overall, the lava discharge from Pu'u'o seems to be a little bit elevated compared to the low point that it was characterizing the activity in late September and most of October. Okay, so just in summary, there are no lava breakouts below the crack system. It doesn't look like lava is making its way through the lava tube, but we'll certainly be looking for any signs of that kind of activity in the next couple of days. As we mentioned before, there was a large breakout that occurred upslope from the lava tube that essentially robbed lava from the tube for several hours or perhaps half a day, we don't quite know which, but then lava made its way back into the tube. Instead of coming out of the tube, it stayed in the tube and then led to a series of breakouts further down slope. We don't know whether lava will indeed reoccupy the tube below the crack system. So we'll be tracking that in the next few days very closely. And in conclusion, lava discharge from Pu'u'o appears to have increased in the past couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks.